morning. Welcome back to ADHD Fabrication. I didn't do pretty much any recording this past couple weeks. I've been quite sick and busy with other things. So today what we're gonna do is a simple will it start. We got a new piece of equipment yesterday. Neil, my stepdad, went and picked this up yesterday for $3,500, I think it was. It's a Gocart Bobcat 310. Just a cute little skid loader. Neil said that the guy started it up and that it drove onto the trailer just fine, but that it was leaking gas. We tried to start it to drive it off the trailer and it would not start. The guy said it needs a fuel pump, which he put a 12-volt Edelbrock fuel pump, that red one down there, just to get it running enough to drive it on the trailer, I'm pretty sure. I believe Neil said that the carburetor already got taken off, so we'll have to take a look at that. He ordered a new one. The one that he took off had no gaskets in it, apparently, so maybe let's take a look at that and see if we can hear this thing make some noise this morning. It's obviously direct drive like any skid steer is, but this is belt and chain and clutch operated as opposed to hydraulic. It does not have wheel motors, so all of the drive action happens with belts. You engage and disengage each side, and that's how you go forward and backward. And all your hydraulics are ran by a hydraulic pump that is spun off of a belt. The engine in this is a Kohler, not sure what size. This is a 2001 model Gocart 310, I believe. Well, let's get this back end open and take a look at what's going on in there. The carburetor's already taken off. Port feels nice and clean. Here's the belts I was referring to. This one goes up to a hydraulic motor to run the hydraulics. That is a band brake. This belt, I believe, goes to high speed. This belt down here, I believe, goes to low speed. And then that's another band brake or clutch. The guy said it needed a new fuel pump. He put this on with no regulator whatsoever, and that's probably why the tiny little carburetor was spitting out so much gas. Use my hand chrometers here and get a nice accurate measurement. I might be able to pull this old updraft and throw it on there before we go pulling an updraft off of an old engine and seeing if we can make it work. This is the carburetor off of the Bobcat. Let's see if maybe we can make an RTV seal for now. Black. You don't have any O-rings that big? Some ultra black RTV. That's what we're gonna use for now because we did get one on order already. So this is just to hear it run. We're gonna build ourselves a nice little RTV seal and then let it sit up for a bit longer than you normally would. Obviously RTV, if you don't know, RTV is good for gas. So if you're trying to do an actual repair on a carburetor, don't do this. This is just to hear some noise, test the hydraulics. I'm pretty sure we got this established. This was upside down, and they had a, V8 electric fuel pump hooked up to the thing. So that was definitely pushing a whole lot of gas through this. The fact that it had no gasket up here, which it may even not need one, or maybe it had an O-ring once upon a time and they just didn't put it back in. But the fact that there was no gasket up at the top means that that surface right there was just pissing out gas. I'm gonna go get a rag to clean off my fingers, and then we'll watch paint dry for another couple of minutes and then get it put all back together. should be tacked up enough. I should be able to put this back on without too much squirting out, causing us a clog. Oh yeah, that feels fine. Now, like I was saying, no type of RTV is really even good to use with fuel. Fuel is going to eat through this RTV and then it's going to leak. For now, I do not care. This bad boy's back together and should at least run it. Let's get over to the Bobcat. Alright, let's see how well or poorly I can fill this fuel tank. I'd imagine this engine chomps through fuel a bit more than gravity feed is going to provide it. So we're going to give it its best chance. And hopefully we can pull off some sick wheelies before this video is over. Temporary fuel system is set up. Carburetor is sealed. Give this a shot, see if it'll crank up. Hopefully I'm in neutral and I'll run you guys over. I didn't see anything in the troubleshooting, so I'm going to revert to the basics and go ahead and make sure that there's hydraulic fluid in it, and then I guess we'll let it warm up longer if there is. I don't know. Okay, I don't have the right size Allen wrench for that. I'm going to show you an old trick that the pioneers used to use. So the issue in this case is I need to check hydraulic fluid, and I don't have an Allen wrench that's that size right there. So if you take yourself an old crusty bolt that fits the size, then get yourself a couple of nuts that even just barely fit it, like this one, and lock them down real tight on each other. Just wrench them down on each other, and then you set that in there, and in theory, oh, that was loose. I could have taken that out by hand probably, but if it's tight, you would want to grab your bottom nut, because technically the loosening action is going to tighten it further onto this top nut. I could have grabbed that by hand and taken it out though. Alright, we need to check hydraulic fluid. Check the fluid level. No, that's hours. That doesn't even give me a page. Okay. Checking and adding hydraulic fluid. To check the hydraulic fluid in the hydraulic chain case reservoir, use the following procedure. Put the loader on a level surface. Lower lift arms and tilt bob tack fully back. Loosen the lower check plug on the right side of the case. That picture right there. I need to take out this lower one and make sure fluid comes out. Whoa, there's a lot of water in that. Uh-oh. So, before I even try to run that again, I'm gonna go ahead and drain that out and put brand new fluid in it. I'm not 100% sure where the drain is for this. Oh. Damn it. Let me get the money shot for you. See, she's a little bit watery. We have most of the fluid drained out. I will have to flush this system to get all of this water out. Fluid is mostly drained though. I think what I'm going to do is put just a tiny bit of my hydraulic fluid down there. There's a little lip at the bottom just in front of that drain plug. Try to push some of that out. I also emptied the hydraulic filter. So I'll flush some in there, put hydraulic fluid in it, and then we'll test it again. Okie dokie, artichokey. We'll go ahead and throw this drain plug back in. We'll get our drain pan out of there. And we'll start filling this thing with hydraulic oil. If I'm being 100% honest with you, that went just about as bad as I expected. Let's see if the hydraulics want to play now. Day. I got pretty much the entire video edited, but I promised you some sick wheelies.